Welcome to
So,
Excel today. I apologize right now. You probably hear my dog barking. There's probably something outside that's driving her nuts. Anyways, we're back, and we will be doing spin the wheel today, Joe. So I hope you're
yes,
ready for that.
yes, spin the wheel, spin the wheel. So this spin the wheel is going to be really fun because I thought I'd add a little twist to it. If everyone's on here watching us right now, I have a couple of cool tips and tricks in a bunch of different applications, which include like Planner, Visio, Excel, of course, because it's Excel today, and then PowerPoint, and I think Visio is really fun because we haven't done any Visio here. Power Query as well, and Word, Microsoft Word. So,
Hey, Microsoft Word is back. For a few years, interest really waned in it, but we've seen a huge spike in it, both on our channel and then also in-person training. So Word
I
is
just
back.
did an advanced training on Monday for it. People want to know tips and tricks for Word. They want to get those documents rolling out. So, yeah, let's show the wheel. Let's show the wheel. But I thought, why not make it a little more interesting? Instead of just spinning the wheel, which is great, if you want to, write in the comments right now, once you see the different options, which one you would want to see, and I'll actually add it to the wheel so there's a better chance of it getting hit, right? I think that would be fun. So let me share my screen and show you what the wheel looks like. And then in the comments, just let me know if you want me to add an extra piece here that will be one of these options so that there's two of them and we can hit on that. Maybe not. All right. So here we have the wheel. We have Word making forms. So I'm going to show you how we can make a form in Word, like a fillable form. And it goes with a little bit of development. So we will turn on the developer tab to do this. We'll get into Microsoft Planner, where I'll show you just everything about the planner, how we can manage a project. PowerPoint Zoom sections. One of my favorite things about PowerPoint are the Zoom sections because it allows us to make it more interactable, right? And it really engages the audience. And then, of course, Excel searchable drop-down list. So if you ever wanted to, let's say, look up information from a table by maybe employee code or an employee's name, but you start typing out a little bit of their name, it'll actually bring a drop-down list. You could select it and their information will come in. How cool is that? That's a little bit of data validation with a bunch of nested functions. And then we'll get into Visio, making a flow chart, which one of my favorite things to do is take a process out of my mind because I'm always like thinking of all of these things, place it onto a visual so that I can see it better and to really kind of get into the specifics of each thing. And then Power Query, of course, we've done Power Query here. It's amazing. I can show you how to take two different data sets, merge them together to form and produce one data set that we can use. So Ben, how are we doing on the comments? Are there any comments of adding an extra section here with one of these?
I think we're a little too early. Usually people pick up into the show about a couple minutes in, but good
No
morning,
worries.
Stu. Good to see you again out there in Texas. I'm sure it's still hot out
Welcome.
there. When I was out there, it was extremely hot.
Ooh, Texas. Yeah, it's pretty hot there. I mean, it was probably hot here in Alameda a couple days ago. It was really, really hot. It was hitting like the 80s. And it's like, oh, that's crazy out here.
Well, we've probably asked the wheel question towards the end. Oh yeah, but we didn't do the mugs, number one, and I am actually sans mug today, like unbelievable. Do you
Wait,
know?
what?
Yeah, I
No
don't have
mug?
no mug, so I'm gonna do a classic video game CD case.
Oh, yes. These are my favorite.
Let me just grab a random one. Oh, here we go. So, anyone, this is actually really gonna age me, but this is Metal Gear Solid, the
Oh,
original PlayStation one. Let's see. Here goes. The disc is fine. You see everything in there.
that is
Just
amazing.
yeah, I bought this. This is one of the. I bought this when I was in high school, and it was one of the first games I bought with my own money. So I was like super proud of it. So there you go. PlayStation original one, Metal Gear Solid.
That's awesome. Is there two discs in that one?
Yes, there is.
Wow. Do you remember Final Fantasy VII? There was, I think, like six discs or something. It was huge. Do you have that?
I do have that.
Oh, that's awesome. How many discs come with that?
3.
3 discs to play a game. Can you imagine that? Crazy.
Nah, not anymore. Oh, it is still hot, steamy in Texas for Sue. Anyways, that's what I have today. So, for instead of a mug.
I got my same mug from the other day, and excuse my voice, I'm still getting over that sickness from last week. So, you know,
Yeah, I hope you're
I'm
feeling
a
better.
little, yeah, I'm feeling so much better though. I
You
really am.
sound a lot better.
Respect your father, of course. I mean, this is the best mug. My son is now in TK, which I didn't know what TK was at first because we don't have that on the East Coast. But yeah, he loves it so much. It's so cool to see like the transition, which is transitional kindergarten. So I'm excited for him. So yeah, respect your father. This is a message for him when he's older.
And then just a quick channel update for everybody. Power BI is starting this Friday. Again, it's the certification path class. It's taken directly from the DA 100 class, that the official Microsoft class for Power BI. So if you're looking to get certified in Power BI, this will be the class series for you to start with. It's going to be in 6 pieces. And so each Friday we'll have another one premiere. It's taught by Trish Connor Cato. She's a brand new instructor for us. I'm super excited to have her teaching it. She lives here in the Bay Area, but she's also from the East Coast. So we've had her doing a lot of videos, guys. We have a huge backlog from her. So this is going to be the first in the series. And again, it's an update to our Power BI videos, which are just a little bit out of date because Power BI is always updating. So, it's like if it gets past 2 months, you're already like 20 versions behind. So
yeah. I'm teaching day 2 today of Power BI. We taught day 1 yesterday, and there's some stuff every time I go in there, something new, something updated. They're really listening to you. That's my favorite thing about Microsoft is they will listen to your feedback, which if you go to the help button in most of their applications, they have send feedback or send ideas. I would do it. If you have a feature that you think is important to you or that they don't have, send it to them. Don't most likely put it into the next version or maybe a couple versions out.
And then also anyone that's on Reddit, there is the R Excel subreddit right now. Microsoft is actually on the subreddit taking survey submissions from anyone that's subscribed to that channel. So again, another place that you guys can directly have contact with the developers of Excel on what features or scripts that you want to see in the future. So go check that out. I'm not going to pop the link or anything like that, but you can definitely check that out on Reddit as well if you guys want to have direct contact with Microsoft on what you want to see in Excel. Anyways, Joe, let's spin the wheel.
All right, let's do it. All right, let me share my screen here. Let me know when we're good to go.
All right, we are good to go.
Okay, here we go. I always love this wheel motion.
Let's go Power Query. Let's go Power Query. Come on, Power Query.
Oh, a searchable drop-down list. Okay. This is going to be really fun. I'm super excited for it. So we'll take that out of the list, and we'll continue to use this same wheel. So next time we can cover everything when we have nothing else to cover. So with that said, I do have this set up here, and I was, you know what? I was secretly hoping we got this one because I think this is going to be just a major game changer in your Excel. So you'll see here that I do have a lookup worksheet and I have a master list worksheet. And what I want to do is in my master list worksheet, we have all the information. I want to be able to go here, click on a drop down. But besides just clicking a drop down, I also want to be able to search. So I want to be able to like put How in there and it pulls up Howard's name and everyone else that has H in the name. How amazing would that be, right? Well, we can actually do that with a little bit of help from not only data validation, but also being able to use different functions or array functions. So we're going to use today search. We're going to use filter function. So if you've never used them, they're not too new, but I guess you could say in the world of Excel, they're kind of new. So the first thing that we have to do here is we have to come up with a way that it's going to search for what we're looking for, right? So for instance, if I put that H in there or the HO in there, it'll pull all that list. In order to do this, we're going to use what's known as the search function. So I'm going to just start off using equals search. And the first thing it's going to say is, well, Joe, what are you looking for? Where's the spot where you're looking for stuff? And my find text is going to be whatever I'm looking for here, right? There's nothing in there right now, but that's what it's going to be. And I'll put my comma. Next, it's going to say, well, where are you looking for this? And I'm going to say, well, I'm actually looking for it in the name column. So I'm going to start from B4 to B40. I'm going to put my comma. Now it's going to ask me for a start number. Now, this is if it's starting from the word like Howard, it would go like H, O, W. Do you want to start at the A, the R? I just want to start at the beginning, so I'm going to leave that blank and press enter. Okay. So now we're searching for A4 in this list, which makes it perfect because now you'll see it's returning a 1, which means it's hitting with the H. So if I go in here and I put in, let's say, J-O, it's only going to hit on Joe. You see how it's now only having the 1 here where Joe is, and the rest are giving me an error? That's exactly how I want this to work. So it's doing exactly what I want. The problem is now we have a 1 and we have errors. That doesn't do much for me. So what I need to do is I need to change those 1s and those errors into true or false statements. Now to do this, we're going to use a function called isNumber, which simply asks the question, is it a number? If it is a number, it's going to say that's true. If it's not a number, it's going to say false. So essentially, I'm going to change this to true, false, 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 all the way down. Now to do that, I'm just going to go up to my search function and I'm going to just encompass that or wrap it in a isNumber. Just like that. And I'll just close it off. There it is. So we have our true, we have false, false, true, false, true, false. But once again, it's not really doing much for us because as you can see, it's just returning true or false. So now we're going to use another function to help us to actually pull the name. And it's called the filter function, which will filter out, instead of it saying true or false, it'll filter out whatever we want it to filter. So I'm going to go here once again, right between the isNumber, and I'm going to encompass all of that in what's known as the filter. So it's going to ask me for the array. Now the array is going to simply be where I'm looking. So it's going to be B4. So I'm going to just select from B4 to B40. Okay, so that is the actual array. That's where we're looking to return. So I'm going to put my comma. Now the include, well, the include is our isNumber in our search function. So we don't even have to do anything but go to the back of the function and put our comma there. Now the if empty is simply stating, well, Joe, if there's nothing there, what do you want to put? Because we have to put something, otherwise you're going to get an NA or a #NA, which is a error. So I'm going to say that if there's nothing, so if I search for somebody that's not in this list, I just want to put none. So at the end, I'm going to put none, make sure it's in quotes because of course, Excel doesn't understand English. We'll close that off and let's see what happens. Joe Gonzalez, because that's what we're looking for in this drop-down list. See, J-O. And if I put something like Mark, I'll just do M-A, right? Now it should pull everything that has an M-A in it. So you'll see here out of Tommy Kelman, the M-A's right here. Mark, M-A's there. M-A's here. M-A's here. So now it's starting to create our list and it's working perfectly. The last thing I may want to do, and this is optional, you don't have to do this, is I do want to sort them in some sort of manner. So once again, I'm going to take that whole thing that we've written out and encompass it in a sort function. So I'm going to go between the equals and the filter, type out sort, add to open my parentheses. I'm just going to close it. We don't even have to do anything. We're just going to close it and it's going to sort it nicely. See, MMMT. So that's it. So now we have our list. This looks beautiful. It's working beautifully. But the problem is I don't want it here. I actually want it in a data validation, a drop-down list. So what we're going to do is go back to our lookup and we're going to put data validation in here. So to do this, we're going to go to the data tab. And in our data tab, we're going to go over to our data validation right here. Give it a click. And we're going to put not any value, right? It's saying right now, Joe, you could put the word hello in there. You can put a function in there. You can put a number, a date, whatever you want. And I'm saying, no, I just want a list. And I'm going to put whatever the source is. Now, the source is going to be that function we just wrote out. So I'm going to go back to my master list where I written that function, which was in J4. But the problem with this is that if right now we just use J4, it's only going to show us Maria Miller because, well, when we're using these functions, it's not going to drop down. It's not going to do what's known as a spill. So if we do want a function to ever spill out, especially when we're using it in a data validation source, you have to add a pound sign. So I'm going to just do my pound sign here. And that means it's going to spill it so we get the full list. If you don't put the pound sign, it's not going to work. So I'm going to click OK. Now, the last thing I have to worry about, though, is I'm going to get an error. So for instance, if I type in JO and I go like this, it's going to say, well, Joe, there is no one with JO. That's just the data validation taking protection to make sure that we're actually getting the validation we want. So I do have to go back into my data validation here. And I'm going to go to error alert, and I'm going to not show an error alert after invalid entry. So I don't want to show that, and I'm going to click OK. So now watch how cool this is. Ready? I don't know the person's name. I'm thinking, okay, I know their last name, I think, is Miller. So I'm going to put M-I-L-L. I'm going to click the drop down, and it brings me everyone that's last name is Miller. So what we've just created is a drop down list, but it's also searchable. So now if I wanted to search for Joe, I could just put J-O in there, and it'll show me everyone's name that has J-O in it. Or if I want to do Mark, M-A, it's going to show me everyone that has M-A in their name. And there you go. But I want to also get the information. We haven't done that yet. Like, this is great. The drop down works perfectly. But now what I want to do is I want to pull their information here, their location, their hire date, their pay rate. So in order to do this, we're going to use something that we've done before on this channel, which is XLOOKUP, one of my favorite lookup functions. It replaces VLOOKUP. It replaces HLOOKUP. So XLOOKUP, I'm going to put it here in my location, equals XLOOKUP. There we go. And it's going to ask me, it's going to say, well, Joe, what are you looking up? And, well, I'm looking up the person's name. So I'm going to select A4. And I'm going to want an absolute reference just in case I want to autofill later on. I want to make sure that A4 doesn't move. So a great little keyboard shortcut is on your keyboard, you'll see above the number 4, there's a key called F4. It's the functions key, F4, just like that. And you'll see it right above the 4 on your keyboard. If you click on that F4 there, watch what happens to my A4. Boom, automatically puts the dollar signs in and absolute references it. So now I have my lookup value. I'm looking for Mark's name. Now I'm going to put my comma. But where am I looking for it? Like, where's the lookup array? Well, I'm looking for Mark's name in this list here. So I'm going to select from B4, Control-Shift-Down arrow, select everything to the next blank cell to B4, and I'm going to put my comma. Now it's going to ask me, well, Joe, what is your return away? What are you looking for? Like, what do you want now? And I want the location. So I'm going to select from F4, Control-Shift-Down to F40, and press Enter. And look at that. Beautiful. It brings building 2. And if we go look where Mark is, let's see, Mark is building 2. So it's working perfectly. Now, if I wanted to, I can grab all the Millers there. So if I'm looking for Miller, I'm going to type Miller. I'm going to do Pam Miller. Now, you saw what happened, though. The minute that we put Mill in there, watch, M-I-L-L, it puts an N-A. So we don't want this. We don't want this to be NA. Now, back in the day with VLOOKUPs, we would have to do like an if error, right? And we would have to nest it. XLOOKUP, you don't have to worry about it. They have it already inside of the function itself as an argument. So now it's called if not found. And if it's not found, I want it to put no match. Make sure you put that in quotation marks. So instead of that, now it says no match, and it makes me feel a lot better about this. Another thing I want to do is just take the B4, absolute reference, B40, absolute reference, because now what we can do is we could just simply click and drag this over for some autofill. And now watch how cool this is. Ready? Maria Miller. Change the date to a date format. Change this to a currency because that's what it is. And everything is working now perfectly. So now I can do mill to Ursula, building 2, higher date, pay rate. And there we go. I think that sums it up. If you wanted to add, like, for instance, here when there's not a match, like let's say I put my name, Joe Patty, there's no match. I don't like it saying like no match, no match, no match. Quick way to fix that is just simply, instead of writing no match and if not found, just put a space between here, just like that, and put a space between this one as well. So it only says no match once. I think it just looks better this way, but that's just a preference. And there we go.
Sweet. We did have a couple questions in here. Well, one was this is from Shabari. He's put the filter function is not available in Excel 2019. I'm not aware of that, Joe. Is filter just only for Office 365 Excel, or?
So it is a newer feature, an array feature. For 2019, I'm trying to think. They should have it. Yeah, they should have it, but I don't quote me. If they don't have it, then yeah, I'm assuming they are going to be rolling it out for 2019 though, because they are still sending updates, and it is a very popular feature now. So I would wait on that. Just don't give up hope on the filter. They usually just take their time rolling it out to each system. But yeah, you might be right on 2019.
That is one advantage of having the Office 365 subscription. If you guys have that, is that you do get the newer features first. So I know everyone knows that Office 2021 is coming soon. It should be at the next quarter, actually, should be coming out, and we will have videos for those as well. Don't worry, guys, we got you on that. But though that's most of those features are actually already in Office 365. They're going to be in 2020.
Yeah.
Just another advantage to getting the Office 365 account. But I also understand that, you might be working at a place that only has the on-prem version, or you bought 2019 as well. It came with your computer or whatnot. It'll just trickle its way down there. And I don't know when they're going to be ending support for 2019. I haven't seen any update on that, and it always gets extended. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to be ending. I do know though what they are ending is that every 3-year release. So I believe they're ending with 2021. It's going to be the last like actual on-prem release. They're trying to have a lot of people go to 365. At least that's what's in the talks.
I was just going to say Windows 10, man. Windows 10 was supposed to be the last Windows ever.
Did you see Windows 11? Oh, we actually, if drop it down in the comments if you want to see like us talk about some of the features that are coming out on Windows 11. I got to take a look at it. Mixed feelings. I have some mixed feelings about it, but it looks cleaner. It does. Some of the features you're gonna say I miss the older version, but that was the same way with XP. Like I loved XP. It was one of my favorite versions in operating system, and yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Shabari says we have filter XML as a function in 2019. Yeah, again, yeah, that filter function that Joe was showing, it may or may not make its way to 2019, but it should. It's pretty popular.
Yeah.
Jeannie Codes, sorry, I might be saying that wrong. Hello, how's it going? Jay Dilworth had a question here. He asked if he could ask it. Let's see. This is a VBA question, a VBA UDF question. Let's see. First part is I am working on a predictor of a Steam network and have to calculate H and S values. I have a table of values from a book, but don't know how to reference them from a UDF in VBA.
Great question. I think Chelsea will, like, we're going to have to get Chelsea back on for a question like that. She dabbles in VBA more. So UDF is the user-defined function, right? So yeah, that's going to be a really, if you have like an example, Jay, that you can send us some sort of example copy of what you're trying to do. Um, yeah, we
On
could.
offsite. You can do that on offsite.
Yeah,
So
offsite is, yeah. Join our offsite. You'll post that question and everyone's going to eat it alive. They're going to just get in there. They're going to try to help you figure it out. So offsite's a great place where you can ask those questions, and users just like you, not only just people like me who are answering these questions and doing these trainings, but people just like you are answering these questions. And you might even be able to answer a couple questions because that code sounds pretty advanced. So I can tell that you're doing some
yeah.
amazing stuff in
And
VBA.
then we'll definitely try to get Chelsea back on as well. And
Yeah,
I've also been reached out to Chris over at Tiger Spreadsheets. Another shout out to them. Chris came and did the Excel VBA discussion with us.
was amazing.
That was a great show. He really specializes in Excel VBA, so he might have something for you there as well. But again, like I'm trying to get him to come back over here as well, so maybe we can have him on and he can answer your question live. But we'll definitely, if you go to offsite, we will definitely get that answered for you, or someone will get that answer in within 2 business days of you.
And Jay says, how do I get to offsite? We'll leave a link for you.
Yeah, we'll leave a link. In fact, I can let me see if I can get that up here real quick. Let me just show it on my screen right here. So this is offsite, guys, and let me just I'll pull the link right here, drop it right here. So it's offsite. This is our online community, and so Jay, what you do is you would just go down to topics here, and then since it's an Excel VBA question or a VBA question, VBA, I might want to go to the data visualization tools, just maybe there, or in Excel. Even I guess business applications would probably be more because you're not doing Excel VBA, but so I would just ask it here, and then from here you just go to up here. Share what's on your mind. You just fill it out here. If you want to attach the file, you can attach it here. Just be like, hey guys, just post your question. This is what I'm trying to do. Here's the spreadsheet I'm working on, and here's the data source I'm working on, and then someone will get you an answer there. So that's definitely a yeah, take advantage of it. It's free to join, and it's a wealth of knowledge there for free. It's an incredible resource for you guys, and they also have their own free events and everything like that they do as well. So again, and then they also have their own events to their own live instructor Q&As where you can come in. The instructor's just sitting there and will answer any question you have, and try to help you finish up whatever. And those are on Wednesdays within offsite. You have to be a part of offsite to get access to those. So so
Really worth it.
yeah. So I hope that helped you out, Jay. I'm sorry we couldn't answer it directly. It was a little bit further, but maybe if we have Chelsea on, she could get that answered for you as well. But we are coming up on time. We just have 2 minutes left. If anyone has like a quick question or anything like that, we might be able to answer it real fast. We can run over a little bit. I know, Joe, you have a class in a little bit, but
Power BI.
They can wait. They can wait.
Yeah, Power BI day 2. I'm super excited for it.
Yeah, and again, next tomorrow. Wow, it's coming up so fast. Power BI finally will be
Oh yes,
happening here on our channel. Again, if you guys are looking to take the DA 100 exam, which is Microsoft's official certification for Power BI, this is the series for you. I'm looking at getting a link to maybe save you guys a little bit of money on the exam as well. So we might drop that in there as well. Just so it's a little bit cheaper for you guys, probably like 15% off or something like that. But we're
nice.
my official partner, so we have a little bit of leverage there. So I'm trying to get that done. I'm not making any promises that'll be in there, but it's something I'm working on for everybody to get a cheaper exam. And then again, any programs or anything like that you guys want to see happen here on the channel, drop it into the comments. It really, that's what drives how we decide which applications we're going to cover next. Like I think I've said it a ton of times, Adobe Premiere Pro, we weren't going to cover that, but there was a ton of comments in the Photoshop video about bringing it up. So now we have that created. It's actually being created by David Casuto. He was on the show a couple weeks ago. So he's working on creating those videos for you guys. And so like really anything you put down there, we will look and try to get a resource to create those videos for you guys. I know there's been a request for Primavera version 6. If you're going to ask for Primavera, please specify what topic of Primavera, because like there is over 100 plus IBM official Primavera classes. So if I have a better, if you make it more specific on like if there's a class or a topic specifically pertaining to Primavera, I can definitely get something a little bit more in line with what you guys are looking for. So yeah, that's just with the channel. And then as always, if you want to keep seeing free training, free videos, and all that coming through, please like and subscribe down below. It really helps a lot. Leave a comment. Also, please share with all the best advertising is word of mouth. So if you share this, it actually helps us out more than everything else.
Yeah, tell them about our mug segment. That's the biggest thing. Yeah, I mean, no, it really does help us, and it keeps us excited, ready to go, and delivering more of these trainings like this. So, and thanks, Ben, because Ben really works hard on getting those trainings out to everyone. I'm super excited myself for that Power BI one, so keep out for that one. Keep a lookout.
Yeah, and like I said, it's a certification path, so I think it's going to help out a lot of people because one thing that we also get a lot is certificates of completion, but also that next level, official certification, and this can definitely get you going down that path. So that is it. If there's nothing else in the comments, I think we will call it a day. So I hope to see you guys all tomorrow for Power BI. I will be there in the chat, and then also I'll be there for the Zero Inbox. There's going to be an Outlook Zero Inbox event from Offsite tomorrow as well.
Nice.
Foz will be doing that if I'm not mistaken. So
Yes,
all
yeah.
about how to organize your inbox to zero, so you have zero unread. So we will have that for you as well. So what you call it? Dual premiere. What do they call it? Double feature. So
Yeah.
double feature tomorrow.
So yeah, double feature.
Come for Outlook and then stay for Power BI, or come for Power BI and check out Outlook before. We do have one quick question. Let's see. Oh, it's from Shibari again. I have a database. I have a data based on DataWise. My worksheet is getting updated on a daily basis. I need to select top 5 of each date. Please help me how to do that without any VBA. Shibari, that's probably a great question to do an offsite because we're already kind of over on our normal time we do for the show. So we will not be able to answer that right now. There's nowhere near enough time to get into that. That's almost a whole show.
But it is possible to do that. So
yeah, it is definitely possible to do that.
Great question. Yeah, put it on
an offsite. And then also if you see another like Excel Q&A show upcoming, you might want to join that one and just ask us then, because we could definitely like I said, probably make a whole show out of that. And we might make a whole show out of that. So
yeah. Hey, no, that's a great question. So I'll take a look at that myself on offsite, and then I know me, Faz, Josh, and then everyone else probably. I get that question sometimes as well. So put it on there. You'll definitely get that answer within a couple of days.
Yeah. And then again, for the show next week, I'm trying to get a couple guests booked. If not, we'll maybe come back with an Excel Q&A or bring back the wheel.
The wheel. The good old wheel. I hope we hit Visio. I want to do Visio.
Yes, Visio is another high in demand program. And just letting you guys as viewers know, if you guys are looking for work or anything like that, we've seen a huge spike in Visio demand. So it's a happening program, especially here in the Bay Area. Everyone's looking at trying to get Visio right now. We actually have a Visio class running, and it has the highest amount of students we've ever had for Visio classes, and the future classes look the same. So just a FYI, that's a hot topic right now, and something employers are looking for is people who know how to use Visio. So just a tip there. We are way over time though now. So I will see everyone tomorrow, or I won't be on camera, but I'll be in the chat, and then we will see you guys next week. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.